Hi guys, Miss Harper here. Welcome to Science Corner. I wanted to make a little video for you guys to give you a preview of what we're going to be doing in science for the next few weeks. As I told you guys, we were going to be studying the life cycles of different insects. As you know, we've already started our praying mantis, which are over here. They're doing great. Still the same, guys. As I told you, it's going to take a long time for those. So it'll be closer to the end of the year before we see those. But some of our other friends did arrive. So I thought I would set up the habitats with you guys so you could see how it was done. So let's start with the easy one first, okay? So our butterflies have come. Super excited about those. So they come in this nice little handy cup here. Try to get a little closer to the camera so you guys can see it good. As you can see, they're starting to spin webs and get ready to go into their pupa stage or chrysalis stage. Once they do that, they will attach, as you see one of them there, to the top of the container. Once they have attached to the top of the container, all of them, I will take off the lid and put it in these really cool stands here so that they can hang, because that's how they naturally do from a tree. They'll hang down. So we will put that in here. And once that happens, I will put it into the habitat, which is very similar to the pagoda that our praying mantis is in. It's just a little different, a little bigger. So once they attach up here, as we said, we'll see again, show them again real good for you. Then I will take that, put the lid in here, and it'll go into our habitat. And I will document for that for you guys when that happens. I will be watching them and keeping a progress just like I did with the ants. So we will work on those as they go. So the butterflies right now, we're waiting for them to do their thing. So before we actually put them in the habitat. So we'll put that back over here. So I have them in a nice, cool, dry place so that they can do what they do best. So I will document them every day and share those with you, okay? Next, though, we're going to do our ladybugs. Ladybugs are very interesting, guys. I learned a lot about them a few years ago, and I think you're going to enjoy watching them too. They do a serious metamorphosis. They are a complete metamorphosis. So they go from the egg stage, which is here, into the stage that we're getting ready to look at the map. Now we're going to see them in the larva stage. Look at those guys. They're crazy looking. Okay. Then once they get in that, they'll go to, of course, to a pupa stage. You see that? And it's kind of cool. They go like that. It's kind of odd looking. Yeah. And then, of course, what we know and we see all the time is the standard ladybug is the adult. Okay. So we get them in the larva stage, which is this stage here. Okay, so they look like little tiny alligators, in my opinion. I don't know about you. I don't know what you think. Let's see if you can see it a little bit better there. Look at that. It's crazy. You'll get to see these in more detail when we learn more about the life cycle of the ladybug in the next coming weeks in science. Okay, guys? So I promise you get to check this out a little bit more. Okay, so when they come in a tube, very similar to the ants when they came in. So you have this little tube here. And they are inside there, guys. Those little black things there are the larvae, okay? And they come with their food already in here. Okay? And I actually have two tubes of them. So let's see if you can see this one a little bit better. You see, they're already in there. So we've got to get them out of here. They've been in here for a couple days. So we need to get them into their habitats. So what does their habitat look like? It's a little different because they're a different type of bugs. So this is called the ladybug land, okay? So this is where our ladybugs are going to do their complete metamorphosis so that we can watch, okay? And we will be observing them as well. So let's go ahead and get them in there so they can start doing their thing, okay? So the first thing you want to do, anytime you order anything like this, if you do this at home, please make sure that the lid's on tight, okay? So I wash this one really good because I use it year after year. So I wanted to make sure that the lid was on good and tight. So I go ahead and I press around, okay? So now let's go ahead and put in our ladybugs. The great thing about this one is this, like I said, the food does come with it. So what I do is I leave everything. I don't take the little paper. As you can see, there's little paper in there that they use to crawl around on. I actually leave that in the habitat for them just to use to crawl on, okay? And I don't disturb them when I put them in the habitat. So let's go ahead and put these guys in ladybug land. Okay. And as we said before, we want to do it gently. We don't want to just dump them in there. So usually what I do is I turn the habitat on its side and I take the tube and put it inside. Then I gently tap and let the ladybugs lay down in there. Okay, there we go. Then I do give it a gentle little tap because, like as I said, there is food inside the tube, and I want to make sure my ladybug larvae have plenty to eat. Okay, I got them all. All right, and they are already starting to move around in our habitat. Let's see if I can hold it up a little bit closer so you guys can see. So as you can see, they're already starting to move around. Okay. There we go. All right, so let's get the other one in there real quick. Okay, they seem so happy in ladybug land. All right, so of course, now let's open the other tube. If you do order insects at home, guys, please make sure you're watching for them. You don't want to leave them in the mailbox too long. You want to get them in their habitats as soon as possible. I order these insects from a company called Insect Lore. If you want to check it out, they got some really cool stuff that you can do at home, different science projects. So let's take this off. Okay, and again, easier this time because there are already some in there. I want to make sure to tilt it just a little bit, insert the tube, and lay them gently inside. Okay. Okay, once I got them in there, then I give the tube a nice little tap to get out any excess food that may be in the tube. And this one actually, oh good, that was a big chunk in there. Okay. All right. I'm going to make sure that my ladybugs are going to get very big and strong. Now, guys, take a look at that. Look at all of those in there. We have lots to watch. It's going to be so exciting. Okay, so now the last thing I'm going to do before I put the lid on is I am going to give some water to the ladybugs. They need that to grow too. So everything needs water to grow, guys, remember? So I get a little bit of water. Now, I don't dump a whole lot of water in there. You don't want a lot of water in your environment. I will show you what happens. So that's what happened in our ant environment. Water got in there, guys, and it's just not doing so great. Not doing so great. So be careful to make sure to not get a lot of water. All right. So all I need is 2 or 3 drops every day, every other day. So there's this cool little volcano in ladybug land. Y'all see that in the very middle there, in the very middle. And it's like a little piece of cloth inside there. So what I'm going to do is take my little pipette. This is what this is called in science. It's another science tool. We talked about the magnifying glass and the gnats being a science tool. Well, the pipette is a science tool. It gets you just a little bit of water, not a lot, just a little bit. So I'm going to you squeeze it, put it in the water, and let go. It sucks it up like a straw. And then I'm going to just come in here and I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4 drops of water. Okay. Now my ladybugs are ready to go. All we have to do is sit back and enjoy watching them grow. And guys, they grow super fast. Like I said, I've had them for a couple days before I was able to get the video done, and they had already started growing. They were so tiny when they came, and now you saw how big they are. So I will document those every day as well so that you can watch them change along with me. I hope you enjoyed watching us get set up with our habitats. And I hope you look forward to learning about ladybugs and butterflies over the next couple weeks. And I hope to see you soon. Bye, guys. One last look.